pretty self-explanatory, no contact. So meaning you truly don't reach out to this person unless they reach out to you, and you try to scrub them of everything online. So you block them from your social media accounts. You even go as far as to like cutting off their friends. You don't even speak to their friends because you don't want anything about them to enter your orbit while you're healing, while you're trying to grieve and move forward. But like many things that are popular online, no contact seems to be a double-edged sword, because it's almost like this thing that you're doing in order to, as a strategy to get her to respond. And the way I could see it as it being actually helpful is that you got to truly go no contact, because the goal is you are washing your hands and you're done with it and you're moving forward. But this feels like no contact would be the equivalent of somebody going to the gym, not to better themselves, but to hope that she sees them and she's now happy that he's fit and she wants to be back with him.
I mean, listen, I certainly advocate for no contact. I think to put clarity on no contact, I think there's a time and place for no contact. Like, you can't go no contact within the first 48 hours. Like, shit is still gray in the first 48 hours of a breakup.
And you're hopeful. Like, you want her to hit you up. So you're going no contact because you want her to hit you up.
Bro, when I was 17, I done broke up with my ex like 20 times. We got back together. You know what I mean? So that's why, don't go no contact in the first 24 hours. Like, you don't even know if the breakup is real or not. You guys could just be breaking up on some like little kid shit. So certainly give yourself a grace period. I don't know what that is for you. It might be a couple days, it might be a week, but before just have clarity before you go no contact. Once you're like, damn, she's not hitting me up anymore, I showed up at her house, she's not opening the door, like, and it might turn into like she might call the cops on me situation. Like, you definitely want to go no contact there. Even if she starts to reach out to you, that was one of the ways that I was able to get over my ex, was no contact. And by the way, she was still sending me like little messages like, oh, remember when we did this, remember when we did that. And I was just like, bro, how confusing. Like, you broke up with me, but you're sending me reminders of things we used to do together. Like, what type of mixed signals are you sending me here? And I just knew at that moment, I'm like, all right, this girl's playing games. Like, she wanted to break up but also have me around. You can't have your cake and eat it too. So that was the moment I knew where I had to go no contact. And ultimately, that was the right decision, because that's how I was able to officially sever ties.
No, let's stay right there, because I actually think this is like the nuanced 2.0 version of no contact. Mixed signals, and something I'll say that I've experienced is that you start reading into little shit a little too much. Oh, she watched my stories. She must want to get back with me. Oh, her best friend liked one of my pictures. What if it was her that really liked it? Oh, she wore that shirt to that concert. She knows that that's my favorite shirt. She's definitely trying to get my attention. I think your mind starts playing tricks on you when you do the no contact and you start misreading shit as real life information. But no, man, somebody's already contacting her. She's just not contacting you. So you have to get over this idea that the no contact is a strategy to win the game. There's no more fucking game. You lost. She has moved on. No contact should be for you. It should be for you to have a peace of mind so you can move on. And probably most importantly, no contact is something that doesn't allow for this open loop to exist in your mind. Because when you reach out to somebody and they don't reach out back to you, when you reach out to somebody and they don't hit you back, there's no worse feeling that every time your phone pings, that you go and grab it thinking that it's gonna be her. That open feeling of not getting a response can last for weeks, because every time you look at your phone, you're hoping that it's her that texts you back. I know the feeling. I've been there before. The no contact is just playing defense. You're just like, you know what? I'm good. I'm not going to reach out because I don't want to get left on red, and I don't want to have this feeling of thinking that she's going to text me because she has to text me back or she has to call me back. Dead all of it. And it's a mechanism to help you to move on, not to get her back.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm a strong proponent of no contact. And, just going back to what you were saying earlier about like making breakups your identity, I think the other thing that happens, after no contact is, where do you go from here? Right? Like, and that is a very sensitive and critical moment in your life, because you can either take the negative approach of like, I don't trust love anymore, or all women are the same, or women don't like me,
or running through women out of spite, like just rebounding until you become a piece of shit human being that's just running through girls.
Yeah, I'm going to treat women like a piece of meat and I'm never going to fall in love. Or you could say, like I said earlier, oh, there's things about myself that I need to self-improve on. There's things about myself I need to work on to be better for the next woman that I enter a relationship with. And ultimately, listen, I think if you're a pretty sincere guy, I think all men ultimately want to be in a relationship that ends with in marriage, right? So all the things you self-improve on are to be the best possible man, like for your future wife. And you should want to work towards being that man for her. But yeah, you definitely have a fork in the road when you're post breakup, you go no contact, and now you have to figure out what does 2.0 of being in a relationship with me look like.
When you start dating other women just to get over the last girl is always a bad sign. You're not dating with intentions to solve your problem. You're dating with intentions to fill the void, and you wind up comparing every girl to your ex. I've definitely been there before. It's not a good experience for anybody when you're constantly going out into the world, sizing up everybody through your last relationship. And that the phrasing is, I need a girl to get over my last girl, is kind of the idea. And though I would say, I'm proud of you, you're moving in the right direction. At least you're not home sitting and sulking. But like, in order to truly appreciate what you have in front of you, you have to let go of what was in the past. And that's another sign that you're still in the loop, is when you can't let go and everybody is just a reflection of your old relationship. I don't know if I explained that right, Rich, but I've been there before.
Yeah, bro, you have to, bro. You know how many men try to rebound and go out on dates and end up calling the girl their ex's name? And the girl's like, what the fuck? Like, that's not my name, right? But like mentally, you're still thinking about her. So you just called potentially the next girl your ex's name. Or you say some dumb shit like you take a girl out on a date and you're like, oh yeah, me and my ex actually used to dine here all the time. And you're like, bro, and you don't even catch yourself saying these stupid things because
Wow,
you're
yeah.
just still thinking about
Oh,
her.
this is this is crazy. My ex loves this song. It's wild that they just played it.
Yeah. Listen, I'll tell you when it's time for you to get over her. When your friends and family are around you and you start talking about her and they're like, oh my God, this guy, here we go again. That's when you know it's time to just chalk it up, my boy. They are tired of hearing you on your soapbox, complaining, being in heartbreak, dealing with pain. Like, bro, it's been whatever, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Like, when your own family and inner circle are just tired, sometimes they don't even want to hang out with you because it's all you talk about. And no one wants to be around that guy that's just continuing to talk about a breakup, because after a while, bro, people just become numb to it and they're just like, man, this guy really made his breakup his identity because it's all he ever talks about. We're tired of hearing about your breakup. You need to move on. That's how you know. That's the biggest sign for me, is that, yo, it's time to move on.
Every post on Instagram is a caption that is like a subliminal to her. Like you said earlier,
Drake quote.
yeah, Drake quote, Brent Faiyaz quote, Future quote. You're just constantly living your life through the postpartum that was this relationship. And like a lot of the phrasing that guys tell each other, which we can get into how guys cope with this shit, but like, focusing on myself. You don't know what life is till you lose a good one. A real man is hard to find out there. Good luck. Like this phrasing, in the moment, it feels like the right thing to do, because every time you post something online, you're hoping that someone shares it with her, she sees it. But the other 98% of people that are on your feed and people that care about you, they can see it as clear as day. You are living inside of the wound that is the breakup. It's becoming a performance. It's like your whole identity is the performance of the breakup to show how you're moving on or you're healing or you're doing better without her. You've truly healed when it doesn't preoccupy your mind that way. You're just doing things to do things. You're not doing things to hope that she hears about it. You're not doing things to hope that her friend tells her about it. That's a really weird part in this phase of getting over it, because you think you've achieved freedom from the past relationship, but what you're really doing is you're putting yourself back into the loop, because if she does hit you back, or if she does like your photo, or if she does accidentally click on your stories and sees one of your stories, you're back to square one, because hope is reignited. So all that shit you were talking about on your social media, reposting songs that are about moving on, is all cap. you were doing all of it to get her attention. And how do we know that? Because your whole body lit up when you found out that she cared about you. Great case in point was when that relationship ended with that girl. I remember like a few months after that when I thought I was healed and I thought I had moved on. I remember one of my closest friends being like, yo, I was gonna say her name. Yo, Sabrina mentioned you. And I was like, for real? What'd she say?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, if you care that much, you're obviously not over it.
Yeah. And I think part of what validates that you're coming to a place of acceptance and you're getting over it is when you really double down on yourself and you start to have some actionable goals with working on yourself. I remember post breakup, bro, I was like die hard in the gym, like sometimes 2 times a day, because I wanted to release all my aggression in the gym. I wanted to look physically fit and I wanted to prime myself to be ready and appealing for the next woman that would enter my life. And I think that moment in time post breakup, when you start to either work on yourself physically, mentally with going through therapy, or monetarily by getting another job or picking up a second job or just getting more income so you can have more flexibility to do things, that just shows that you're no longer harboring this, like you're no longer in this place of negative mental headspace.
Yeah.
And you're in a place where you just want to positively move forward without dealing with this heartbreak.